Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive right into this because today we're looking at a concept from our source material that can, frankly, completely shift how you approach every single one of your goals. We're talking about the power of imperfect action. But first, let me start by asking you a question. What do you think kills more goals than failure ever could? Seriously, take a second and think about that. We spend so much of our lives absolutely terrified of failing, right? But the text argues that actual literal failure, it's not the real enemy here. The true villains are actually perfectionism and procrastination. You know exactly what I mean. It's like deciding to completely reorganize your entire desk instead of just writing that first sentence of your project. But look at this contrast. The author contrasts those traps with the ability to handle uncertainty and delay gratification. And the source material literally calls these traits superpowers. It's wild. But learning to just sit with the unknown actually unlocks a massive advantage for you.
Because look, when we demand perfection, we fall headfirst into what's known as paralysis by analysis. It's basically spending so much time overanalyzing a problem and sorting through every single possible solution that you never actually start. It's just, well, it's an awful, draining feeling, being stuck in your own head like that, isn't it?
Let's break down exactly how this trap operates. So first, you're overanalyzing the problem, trying to view it from every impossible angle. Then, you're sorting through endless potential solutions, trying to find that one singular right one. And because you're doing all that, you never take the very first step. The ultimate cost here is devastating. Your goals are just killed before they even begin. This specific trap kills way more dreams than actual failure ever does. But listen, let me tell you a secret. There is an antidote to all of this. The source text reveals a really profound shift in how we approach our ambitions, and it completely reframes how you can handle all those projects you've been putting off. So the crucial point is this quote right here. Massive, imperfect action is 1,000 times more effective than waiting for things to be perfect. 1,000 times. Doing something poorly right now is exponentially better than doing it flawlessly in your imagination. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need massive action, flaws, mistakes, and all the rest. Now, I get it. This can sound absolutely terrifying. As humans, we love the comfort of the perfect paper plan, right? It feels safe. But the source is brutally honest about this. Even the absolute best plan won't survive first contact with reality. You have to willingly step into the imperfect reality. Yes, there will be screw-ups, but, and this is absolutely crucial, those errors aren't the end of the road. They're actually necessary stepping stones. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when you embrace that imperfect reality. You enter into a positive growth cycle. Step 1, you screw up and make errors. Step 2, if you're actually paying attention, you learn from those specific errors, which leads directly to step 3. You grow and you get better. See, errors aren't things to avoid. They're literally mandatory data points for your success. Just take a look at the two distinct paths you can take here. On one hand, you can be the overthinker who never actually does the damn thing. The result? They never learn, they never grow, and they never reach their goals. On the other hand, you can be the imperfect actor who wades right into all that messy uncertainty. Their result? They learn, they grow, and they achieve. I really want to drive this home for you. If you never start, you are guaranteeing yourself a 0% chance of success. The author of our source text shares a deeply personal revelation to back this up. They note that if they had listened to everyone else's opinions, or honestly, even if they had listened to their own insecurities, they never would have had their big defining moment, or really any of the incredible moments in their life. You have to ignore the outside noise. And honestly, even more importantly, you have to ignore that nagging little voice of insecurity inside your own head. So what's the ultimate directive here? It's incredibly simple. Do the damn thing. Just stop analyzing, stop prepping, stop waiting for the stars to perfectly align in the sky. Seriously, do it now. Not tomorrow, not next Monday when you feel more rested. The brutal truth is, you are never going to magically feel perfectly ready. You have the information you need, so you need to take that step immediately. Imperfect as you are, just let that sink in for a second. You don't need to be a better or smarter or more prepared version of yourself to begin. You already have exactly what you need right now. Your current, beautifully imperfect self is entirely capable of taking meaningful action today. So do it now. Because the harsh reality of life is that someday may actually never come. All those big, amazing dreams and goals waiting for someday are really just goals that are slowly suffocating in the trap of perfectionism. This right here, this is your moment to break out.
Which brings us to our final critical question for you to chew on. Will you start today, or will you wait for a someday that may never actually arrive? I really want to leave you with that thought. Don't let perfectionism kill another one of your ambitions. Ditch someday, embrace the uncertainty like the superpower is, and take massive, imperfect action the very second this explainer ends. Thanks so much for joining me today.